Herbie Hancock interview with Newport Jazz 88. Herbie, when did you first play Newport Jazz?
Wow. In the 60s.
Can you start that with I first played Newport?
Oh, you're gonna, I see.
So then we'll use my question just for you.
Gotcha.
Ready? Go.
Sometime in the mid-60s, I think maybe 65, 66, I played Newport with Miles. I may have even played it before. I mean, that's so long ago, it's really hard for me to remember. But certainly, somewhere in the mid-60s, I played Newport. And I think altogether I played about 5 or 6 times. You know, maybe once, at least once with my own group after I left Miles in '68. Maybe even twice with my own group.
Herbie, when did you start playing?
By the way.
Excuse me.
By the way, Newport really is the first major jazz festival that I ever played in my whole life. So it really has a special significance for me.
When did you first start playing?
I first started playing the piano back when I was 7 years old. And then I was playing classical music and listening to both Beethoven. On Saturdays, they used to have the symphony, and on Saturdays on the radio, right? This is pre-TV. And then I'd go out to quarter parties that my friends used to give and listen to rhythm and blues. And so I had both things going at that time. I didn't like jazz. I got into jazz about 1953 or 54 when I was either 13 or 14 years old. And then from that point on, I was hooked. And I've been playing jazz ever since. And then I added to my repertoire, the area of pop music too. So I've been actually doing both over the past 15 years. Wow, it's 15 years since I did Headhunters.
Tell us about playing with Al Foster and Buster Williams.
Al Foster and Buster Williams are two of my favorite musicians, especially for team playing, because both of them have so many creative ideas at every moment, and they really listen to what's going on and constantly looking for something that's going to be provocative and stimulating for the rest of us. So I have fun with those guys. They can stretch as far as you want to stretch and play as far in as you want to play. So the sky's the limit.
Great. Herbie, you've just done Perfect Machine.
Oh, you know what else I like about Al Foster too? I like his beat. It really swings. I mean, it's got a like a nice swing to it. Just the sound that he gets on the drums and the way he approaches the rhythm. I love that sound that he gets. And Buster Williams, the heavy groove man. I mean, he writes and plays beautiful melodies at the same time. He can groove. So between Al and Buster together, they make a groove team, which is great.
You've just done Perfect Machine using younger rap, funk, and rock and hip-hop players. How do you manage to stand with one foot in the more traditional genres and one foot in the future? How do you bridge that gap for yourself?
Well, since 1973, I've been doing some electric things and some acoustic things. The acoustic things are usually straight ahead jazz, and the electric things are in some area of pop, or sometimes it's married to jazz and sometimes it isn't. The last album I did is called Perfect Machine. I like the idea of being a versatile musician. Just like, let me tell you about jeans, first of all. See these? These jeans, I just started wearing jeans about 3 years ago. Less than 3 years ago. I never, ever had a pair of jeans in my life before that. And I just started wearing them, see? But I don't wear them all the time. I mean, sometimes I put on a suit if I have to, and a tie, And the other day, I went to a party I got an invitation to Hugh Hefner's house for Playboy Mansion. He was having a sleepwear party, see, so I wore my bathing trunks and a tie and a bathrobe. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that I don't always wear the same kind of clothes, so it's not necessary for me to always play the same kind of music. I like variety. You know, I love to see people dance and have a good time. You know, and at this point, the kind of jazz I like to play is really not a dance music. So if I want to play some dance music, you know, I play some pop electric stuff. It's fun for me.
Herbie, a lot of really young people are coming into jazz again for the first time. I mean, really young people. Do you have any advice to that new generation of youngster coming into our business?
You know, it seems that there are a lot of, there really are a lot of younger people turning on to jazz. And, you know, younger people like myself. No, much younger than me, younger like my daughter, really. And that's quite exciting for me. I have a feeling that because of technology and the fact that we can access so much information today, more than our brains can handle, that it makes the times go by so fast that it's difficult for young people to feel like they got the same kind of roots like I feel like I got some roots being born when I was born. And so, as it turns out, these are very eclectic times. And for example, my daughter has big posters of James Dean on her wall, you know. And when I was her age, I didn't have any posters from somebody that, you know, if he had lived, would have been more than twice her age, you know, maybe almost 3 times her age. So she is opening herself up into looking into the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, and so I'm saying jazz has a history and has some very strong roots, you know, same roots that rock and roll has. And so I think a lot of younger people are interested in finding out what they're roots, because it's a big mystery to them, and it's very exciting. You know, they want to find out what it's about.
Herbie, when it's all over, what would you like them to say about Herbie Hancock?
When it's all over, what would I like them to say about Herbie Hancock? When what is all over? My life? I don't think about things like that. Come on.
Okay, good. All right.